Hi everyone, I just wanted to do a quick demonstration on how to restore the core muscles in a seated position. I know a lot of you at the moment, with what's going on, a lot of us are doing a lot more sitting down than we normally do. So we normally have trouble when we go to stand up, and we struggle to straighten back up again. And we end up standing up, and it takes us ages before we can actually stand up straight again. So I'm just going to show you a few muscle releases just to release the core muscles that actually shorten when we're in a seated position for a long time. So first of all, I'm going to do a move called arch and curl. I'm going to do a front viewing and also a side viewing, so that you know exactly what it is that we're doing, so you get it right. First of all, there are 6 points in the spine for the main movements that what the spine actually does. The first one is that the spine actually curves forward. So if you can see, we can curl forward into a C shape, and this curves the spine that way and forward. So it's actually opening all the vertebrae up at the back, but they're closing up on the inside, and it enables us to do a forward movement. And a lot of us at the moment are doing this forward movement with phones, iPads, computers, and we have a lot of forward movement, and that's sending the head forward, and we end up getting this little bit of a bump here, and we can't straighten our necks up again. So these little moves help you to get yourself straight again, instead of being hunched up. And being hunched up causes a lot of, it crushes all the organs. So our breathing shallows because we're going forwards, and we're crushing all the ribs, and the diaphragm and the lungs can't expand. So if we're sitting like this and the chest is open, we can breathe in deeper, so we can get more oxygen into the system. And if we're getting more oxygen into the system, then the brain wakes up and it can work quite adequately. But if we're in this kind of posture most of the time, we're crushing that, so we're not getting enough oxygen in our system, so we get tired, we feel malaise, we get fatigued, we can't seem to wake up, or you know, the brain doesn't work properly, we can't think straight, we get brain fog. And all this is to do with lack of oxygen, or enough oxygen. So also we've got in here, we've got the digestive system. So with this forward movement again, we're crushing the whole of the digestive system, and that's slowing it down. So if it's slowing it down, it's not digesting your food properly, and you know it's not going to work efficiently enough for you to absorb the proper nutrients that you need. Your digestive system also needs to have a nice free-flowing kind of movement as well. So we need to open all that up. And it also helps to strengthen and lengthen your core muscles and your stomach muscles as well, your abdominal muscles. Okay, so the 6 main movements I'm going to teach you today are really easy to do in a seated position. So first of all, we're going to do a curl, and that's where we're just going to slowly drop forward. And just relax yourself in that position for a second, and then just let your head fall nice and soft. And then we're just going to slowly lift the head first, and then as the head comes up and the chest starts to expand, the shoulders come back, and then we're going to create an arch in the lower back here. So the stomach will come forward, so we'll rock slightly forward, the lower back will arch, and then we're going to bring our shoulders back. And it's as if we're just slightly tipping back, but just try and find a nice balance there so that you're not tipping backwards or forwards. So we're going to feel pretty central. And then we're going to slowly go back into the curl again. So we're slowly undoing these vertebrae here and starting to curl them forward again. So the head comes forward, the shoulders come forward, and the whole of the spine goes into a C curve again. And then we're going to start to slowly straighten up again, so we'll bring the head up first. And as the head comes up, the shoulders come back, and then we create the arch in the lower spine again. So just find that nice neutral balance between the arch and the curl. So this is the arch, and then we go into the curl. It's as if we're on a central spindle. And imagine that the spindle stays the same, but the top arches and curls. This helps to lengthen all those muscles that have become tight in the central column around the spine. But if you just want to do this 2 or 3 times. And then if you want to introduce also, whilst you're doing this, when you're coming into the curl, and you're slowly coming forward, I want you to get your arms and roll them inwards. And I'll just show you this for demonstration purposes from the front. So as we're coming into the curl, these arms are going to rotate inwards. And then as we start to extend and bring the head up and bring the shoulders back and create the arch in the lower back, as the chest comes back, the arms rotate outwards. Always stay within your comfort zone and only go to where your body can naturally go to. Don't force yourself beyond what is normal for you and what's comfortable. So we're rolling the arms in towards the chest as we create the curl. And then slowly unwind the arms as the chest expands and roll the arms backwards. And then you'll notice that you're creating an arch at the back of your shoulders there. So it expands at the front and it arches inwards, so your shoulder blades are going inwards towards the spine. When we open the chest up, rolls the arms out and the shoulder blades go in towards the spine. Okay, so that's a nice easy one for you to do, just to get those central core muscles all firing back normal again, and it helps any tightness to just dissipate. It helps to soften the muscles and they become more flexible, so therefore we'll have more movement, and it helps us to straighten up as well. So the next move is it's a side movement. So we're going to just slowly just tip over to your right hand side, not right over, just slightly over. So your arm will drop down and the other arm will come up. So you're shortening the side of your waist on your right hand side here, and it's also lengthening the left hand side. And then we'll slowly rock back to the centre, and then we're going to go over to the other side. So the arm comes down, the right arm comes up, and we're making a side curve now. So we're shortening these muscles in the left hand side of your waist, and you're lengthening the muscles in the right hand side of your waist. And we'll slowly come back to the centre, and we'll do it again on the right hand side. So your head slightly rolls to the side naturally. Just let it fall there. Don't force your head or your neck into any positions. This is a nice, gentle, slow movement from side to side. And this helps to open up any tight muscles or any contraction in the side of your body. So all the muscles that are coming into play now are all the spinal muscles, all the muscles around the ribs. It helps to open the rib cage up. It helps to expand the abdominal muscles all the way down into the pelvis. And it helps to undo any tight muscles in the neck and the shoulders. Okay, we'll just rest there for a second. So the next movement that we're going to do is a slight twist. So what we're going to do is just to slightly move your body to one side. You can do any side you want. If you just want to put one of your arms and your hand on your other opposite shoulder, you can do, you don't have to. And go all the way around to the other side. And then come all the way around again. It's just like a side twist. Only as soon as you get to where you can go to, just stop. Because that's where your movement stops. And then we come back again to the centre. And then if you want to do the other side, if you want to, you can put your other hand on your other shoulder. I'm going to move round to the side again. Go any side you like. We're just going from side to side here. You do 2 or 3 of these and then just relax. Now what we're going to do, just make sure that you're on the edge of your chair. So just for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to move my chair around to the side. So on this one, you're sitting on the edge of the chair, your feet are flat on the floor, and we're going to slide one knee forward and then back, and then this right leg is going to go forward again, so your right knee is going to go forward and then slide it back again, so it's sliding forwards and backwards. And then we're going to do the other side. I'll just show you from the front now. So the opposite side, though, the knee comes forward. This one stays put, and then we slide it backwards. And your feet stay flat on the floor in the same position for the whole of the time that you're doing this movement, so the knee goes forward. And then we slide back. And then slide forward, and then slide back. And then we can incorporate the twist when we're doing this. So when the right knee slides forward, the left shoulder comes into the centre. And slide it back and we'll come back to neutral. The right knee goes forward and the left shoulder goes into the centre. And then we'll do the opposite way. So the left knee will go forward and your right shoulder will go into the centre. again. So hopefully this will have loosened up quite a lot of your muscles in the central core now, in your lower back. It'll have helped to loosen up your pelvis and all your muscles down the central column of your spine, your neck and your shoulders. So you can just do these wherever you're sitting. You can do them sitting on the sofa, when you're sitting at your desk, at the kitchen table, anywhere you're sitting you can do these. Really simple.